everybody. Welcome back to Real Camp Talk, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm Tony, and before we get started, I just want to say this episode's not about fixing your life or diagnosing anything. This is just a couple of guys, talking about stuff we've seen, lived, and stuff that makes a lot more sense when you mess up enough times, right? So we're going to start that off by a little toast to another new season. And I got to watch how I handle my glass because, we got these AI cameras. And every time I try to take a swig with my right hand, Dylan's going to have to, bat it out of the way. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about grounding. Not electrical, but mentally, real life grounding. And the ways that, we understand it, because when I hear grounding, I immediately want to close the app and go outside.
Yeah, as soon as I hear someone talk about grounding, I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah,
trying to listen to
turn
a podcast.
Get Facebook out of my face.
Yeah, but what we're talking about is pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's about why some people can handle pressure and chaos and other people move slower like a cashier.
Yeah. Yeah.
When there's a long line.
Yeah. Right. For real.
It's the longest last when the computer freezes up or something.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And then on this episode, we're going to do something a little bit new. We've done quotes of the day before, but we're going to do quote of the day by Dylan. So I'm going to let Dylan take that away.
All right. Let's see here. Quote of the day. Oh, wait a minute. Where are we at?
Yeah, look, we got stuff written down, so that we can stay a little bit more on topic. So we're going to just bear with us a little bit. But yeah, we're going to start the quote of the day. Quote of the day brought to you by Dylan. And this ain't one of those quotes painted on a piece of something that you find at Hobby Lobby, okay? So
yeah.
What do you got, Dylan?
Yeah, no, live, laugh, love energy here. Here's the quote. You don't need more power. You need more control. Because that one hits because most people already have plenty of driven emotion.
Yeah.
The problem is the power has nowhere safe to go when things get heavy.
That's true.
Yeah.
That could go back to, that last episode where, finding your right people and taking your stuff to them when it gets heavy, then you got a plan. You got somewhere to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in electrical work, we don't really worry about the systems that don't have power. We worry about the systems that have power, but they're not controlled, and
that's when you start having problems.
That's right. That's when stuff starts sparking and smoking and costing way too much money. So being grounded is very important. You know what I mean? So we can get into it. Grounding is about safety and not silence. So grounded doesn't mean being calm all the time. Doesn't mean that you don't get mad or frustrated. In electrical work, grounding doesn't shut the system down if you don't have it. It just keeps it safe when something goes wrong. It allows other things not to get energized.
It protects.
Yeah, it protects. So say you got something that has a current on it and you have something that's metal. Okay, well, if you don't have that metal grounded and you touch that current to it, that metal becomes energized. So if it's not grounded, that's when you see that everything spark and blow up. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what we're talking about here. So it just gives it a place to go without destroying stuff.
Yeah, people think being grounded means being chill 24/7, all day, every day. That's not real. Real grounding is being able to feel stress without it wrecking your whole day. You got to be able to handle things. It's the difference between being annoyed and I'm about to ruin everybody else's mood.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something that I think I've struggled with the most, owning a business. It's easy to, let things get to you. Yeah, let things get to you and not and when you're a business owner, you're the top of the food chain. So, there's not a lot of people to go to. That's why it's really important to have mentors and people that you can get those feelings and thoughts off that understand, because if you go try to talk about certain things to people who aren't like in the same position as you. They really can't. They can hear you,
They can't relate,
but they can't really give you any advice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like people who say stuff like ungrounded people wake up mad, or coffee doesn't help, sleep doesn't help. They just wake up like ready to buzz like a loose wire.
I've known a few.
Yeah. Some people just like thrive in being angry.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's ex-husband, he told her one day, I love being mad. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Look out for that one.
Like, bro.
Yeah, that's the guy you're going to get in trouble with being around.
For real, But anyway, so we'll move on a little bit. Ungrounded people, this is our next segment, by the way, segment 2. Ungrounded people burn everyone around them. So, like I say, an ungrounded system, it doesn't just hurt itself. It can energize stuff that shouldn't be energized, and people are the same way. When someone's constantly stressed out, I'm guilty of this. When somebody is super stressed out and there's nowhere to take that, or there's no one to talk to and let that energy out, like you're just walking around ball of stress ready to pop, and it's not a good feeling.
Yeah. The slightest little thing could just throw you off, be that straw that broke the camel's back,
Yeah, I mean, it could have effects on your family.
Kids feel it. Co-workers feel it. Friends feel it.
Yep.
I mean, you walk into a room and immediately feel the tension sometimes.
Yeah.
That's an ungrounded human system.
I mean, that's facts. That's facts, man. Like, and you really don't realize how important it is sometimes, because like you're just like being in the moment, and that's why it's good to have those friends, like I tell Dylan all the time, bro, hey, feel free to say something to me, because sometimes I let this pressure get to me, and, like you need that right-hand man or somebody right there near you that knows how to be like, hey, look, you're stressed out about this, you're not frustrated with me. You're stressed out about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's, and then that's part of being a good friend, like you got to see when your people are going through some things and might need something to, somebody to talk to and let that out. Sometimes people just need a hug.
Hey, man.
Nothing feels better to me than giving my wife a big hug when I'm stressed out. Like, just shh.
I've given out to some random hugs to some people not doing so hot, back when I was doing, appliances and stuff.
I mean, hey, Dylan and I have been through a lot this year.
Yeah.
We hugged it out a bunch of times, you know? And I mean, that's just part of it. It's real.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a real deal, holy field. And it's about like not suppressing that. Like I say, it's just like, don't let emotion drive the bus. Right? I mean,
this is true.
You definitely like let that take control.
You got to be able to control that.
Yeah.
That could be your worst enemy right there.
Yeah, because like public meltdowns happen at the worst places.
Yeah, there's always going to be a witness.
Like today, this morning, 3 right or 3 wrong. We're just in a neighborhood and we're walking by with the maintenance man looking at something, and this person comes out and just starts yelling.
Yeah,
are y'all 3 rights or y'all 3 wrongs? And then like
this demonic laugh.
Yeah, and a demonic laugh. I was like, holy cow, But I don't know. She may have been letting things drive her bus.
Yeah.
That was a worse place to let that happen, We couldn't tell if she was serious or not.
Yeah, she was
I was like, don't get the scrap, Granny.
Hard one to read there.
Yeah. And sometimes like, it'll happen at the worst time where like life never humble you at home. You'll be like, it just waits until you're out and about with random people, and then all of a sudden just stress just starts getting. Sometimes like noise just starts bothering me.
Or if you're on the way to somewhere and you're a little late and you're buying something at the store for that place and they're taking forever. That's have you itching.
Definitely.
I'll just check myself out.
Yeah. But yeah,
I know they have self-checkouts, but sometimes it don't work that way.
Right. I wish every place had where you could just do your thing, not deal with nobody. But yeah, so moving on to segment 3, everybody needs a ground and everybody's ground looks different. So my grounding methods may not work like yours. They do in electrical, but not in real life. You know, family, work routine, faith, your hobbies. You know, something solid can keep you grounded. Like playing video games for me. Y'all go follow me, Tony Rex, on everything. TonyWrecks. You know, that's something that when I get home and I got a lot on my mind, I'll sit down with the buddies. Right now, we've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders, a lot of NASCAR.
Yeah, that's pretty fun with the wheel.
Yeah, so much
That
fun.
is real fun with the wheel, actually.
You know, but that's a way of grounding. You know, we work hard. We come out here, we, you know, work hard in the community, work hard at bettering our lives and growing, learning. And then, you know, sometimes to get your mind off of that, because we think about caring about everything so much, you know, we just need a something to just let go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something, just anything that reminds you when everything gets loud, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be deep. It just has to work, you know?
Right.
If you don't have anything grounding you, life will find a way to let you know.
That's facts.
It will.
That's facts.
It will. You might not even recognize it until later on, and then it clicks. You're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see what's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah. For real, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a good example?
Yeah, like when you're at the gas pump and you get declined for $12 on your card. That'll humble you real quick.
It really will. Hell, I got declined for some reason at the liquor store, and I was like, oh, no. It was at the gas station earlier. And I don't know what it is. Just sometimes my card
thinks it's fraud, or
I don't know. But like the system froze up, and I'm like, bro, this is $10 worth of stuff, man. Come on.
And the self-checkout became available, so now we're standing here at the thing with this guy that was like, here,
Right.
Just come up here, I'll get you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool.
And he's like, hey, it's got to wait to time out. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. But anyways, you know, what we're saying is grounding doesn't make you weak. It makes you safer. It keeps your power useful instead of destructive, you know?
Yeah, man. Just, you don't lose your edge. You just, you know, stop cutting everybody around you with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
all about control, man. You gotta know how to control those emotions, control situations.
that's right.
And if you can't do that, that's when chaos ensues.
That it really is.
It is.
It really is.
'Cause, I mean,
And chaos ain't nobody's best friend. It's the devil's best friend. But we try not to let the devil in at all, you know.
he always be trying.
And before we wrap up, like these segments about this grounding, let's ask a little bit of a question, okay? So, like, what's one thing in your life that helps keep you grounded? You know, and remember, this could help somebody. You never know who's watching, who's listening, who's reading, commenting. And these things may help other people. And that's kind of why we started doing this type of thing, because like I had a couple friends that, you know, were mentioning to me that this is a little bit of a powerful platform, and they were really interested in things that we were saying. So we want to get you guys involved, make sure that, you know, if there is something you want to get off your chest or whatever, feel free to reach out to us and, you know, message us, whatever. Let us know what's on your mind, comment, you know, tell us this is what helped you get through a hard time. And hey, if you got a story, I love a good story. I got so many stories about my history, like in hip hop, that we're gonna eventually have to start. I think we're gonna have to do this next episode. We're gonna have to like do story time with Tony.
Y'all be careful, because some of these stories, you might need to get the popcorn, get a drink, sit back, relax.
Yeah.
He's got some good ones.
Yeah, because I mean, I really don't know how I got involved in so much stuff. You know, it was more like, I mean, the crazy, look, let's just start it right now. So I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in high school, my brother and his friends like to rap. Like, and then you got to remember, this is before the internet. Like, this is right when the internet come out. Because, like, I think we looked it up, right? Look it up real quick on your phone. When did the internet come out? It had to be late 90s, 99.
Let's see.
1999, 2001.
Is that your final answer?
Somewhere in there. Maybe in the 80s, but like
Had to
Google
have been
and
the
stuff.
80s.
Google and stuff. Like Google didn't come out till later.
The first internet connection, 1969.
Okay, but what about like
So, 1983. Let's see here. The World Wide Web was 91.
okay. So okay,
Dang, dog.
but look, this is what I'm
Right
saying. So
before I was
look,
born.
let me put this into perspective for you. So in 1991, I was 5 years old. So this is how slow time was at that point, right? So by the time I moved to Texas, it was 1997. And this is when I first discovered the internet, okay? So there wasn't like going online and that like listening to music and stuff like that.
That
They
was
had
a dial-up.
they had dial-up, but we had like iMesh, Napster, things like that. So you'd have to like literally do things illegal, pirating music.
Oh, yeah.
That was how we did it, right?
LimeWire.
But so the story that I want to tell is this is how we got music. So my brother, I wish he would always been a DJ. My brother was so good at, and still is, good at putting playlists together. Like anything. You could say, hey, I'm gonna have this type of party. My brother could put a great playlist together. But anyway, so there was several artists from Houston, and one in particular, my best friend, Alfonso Cook, Rashid, they would, I want to give you all a little backstory on that, but we got time.
Yeah.
All right, so look, Rashid, Alfonso Cook, he's from Philadelphia, and he is a great hip hop artist. Like, I mean, when it comes down to like being in the studio and work ethic, that's one of the best I've ever seen. Like, he can write a verse and knock it out with less than 30 minutes. We're done. Like, we got the money, we dropped the verse, we're out of the studio. But anyways, he was signed to Lil Troy, Shortstop Records, back in the early 90s. So when the internet came out, 91, 92, so 92, 93 was when Sitting Fat Down South came out. Wanna Be a Baller, Shot Caller. Well, Rashid was on this record, okay? He was on a song called Chop, 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 Chop. This whole platinum, this whole record went platinum 3 times. So that's a little bit of the backstory I wanted to tell you on Rashid. Okay, so fast forward, 1997, 98, 99, around those areas, how the Houston artists got their music to the people. Do you know about this? So like there was no internet, right? But you remember you could go to the stores and buy CDs, like CD stores, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so but there were people who weren't in those stores just yet. They had like some CDs in the stores or whatever, but they were figuring things out. They were branching out. They were learning that they could stop at gas stations, put a rack in there, get your CDs, on racks on good display. They go drop them off and come back and collect their money, right? Mm-hmm. So on I-35, no, I'm sorry, I-45. I've lived on both. I-45. When you're traveling from Houston to Dallas, there is a middle town. I mean, you can't even call it a town. Remember the blink? You blink and you.
Yeah, you blink and you're
All right, y'all remember that? In season 1, that was the town, Dew, Texas, DEW. My brother would go up to this store and he would find the new records, So like, he found South Park Mexican. South Park Mexican had Hillwood Hustlers album, all these other albums. Well, Rashid was on all of those albums. And so we were real familiar with the music. And that was where I was getting at, to the point where I said my brother would freestyle, right? I told you that. All right, so there was an album. Sorry, I ain't listened to this music in forever. I used to tour with Rashid, and I had to remember all the songs, so I don't remember what was what. But there was a record called deep instrumental. A song, deep instrumental. And it was what it is. It's an instrumental that he put on the album that had no lyrics on it.
Just for someone to
rap on.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was so brilliant because halfway through the song, he was like, hey, I hate to interrupt y'all boys' freestyle. I had to say something on the track. And y'all know, if you heard this artist, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm getting to the goods. Don't worry. All right. Remind you, the music was in the gas stations, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, Rashid was on the thing. They call me Rashid. Like, he was the one that whenever he came on the record, you knew who he was, right? He was rapping real fast. His voice was very distinctive. So I moved from Dew, Texas to Waco off I-35. Okay? Started rapping there, met some people, went with the wrong crowd, ended up moving to Huntsville, Texas with my parents. Okay? Then in 2007, I moved to Tomball, Texas, which is where I met Dylan.
Shout out
but
Tomball.
but before I met Dylan, I had this dude who introduced me. Garrett Tilger was my friend. I met him through a friend, which was there's so many stories that are crazy, small world type stuff. So I had a friend that I graduated Teague with, the dude, the first place, right where we got the thing. This is an hour and a half north of Huntsville. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Went to school with her. She moved to College Station. Okay. Hung out with this dude. This dude was from Tomball. Okay. I moved to Tomball. This dude introduced me to Garrett. Garrett introduced me to a dude named G-Bread. Well, no, to his cousin, Zach Goodman. Shout out to Zach. What's up, Zach? Hope you're doing well. Zach introduced me to G-Bread. G-Bread took me down to the studio. Okay? This is all fixing to make sense in just a second. Okay? I know it's a lot of information. I hope y'all are staying together.
Yeah, follow.
Is it easy? Are you following?
No, I'm following.
Okay, I mean, you know the story.
Yeah.
But like, okay. Guess who we go to the studio, and the first night I go to the studio, guess who walked through the door? Rashid. Bro. And you know how like you watch the Dave Chappelle skits? And Rick James had that aura?
Rick James, bitch.
But he walked through he had that orange aura.
Yeah.
Rashid had an aura, bro. He's the only person I ever met that had an aura. For real. Like real shit. I'm not making this up just because that's my friend. Like, this is real. He had an aura, bro. And so whatever reason, we just started like kind of talking. I was telling him how much of a fan that I was. And bro, he put me on a song that night.
Yeah, he's like, get up there.
Well, no, okay. I got to tell the real facts about this song, okay? A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people thought Rashid really put me on a song. But he didn't even know that I was going to get on the song. So Risky was the engineer at this studio. And so Rashid had a song, and they were putting everybody on it. It was like an anthem. You know what I mean? There was Smooth on it, Risky, Felony, which goes by Fellow, Smooth, Fed, V Nice, and then myself. So there was a lot of people on it, right? And I think I was like the second to last verse. I can't remember which verse I was on. But it's called Dat N-Word, okay? I can't say it. But that's the first song that they put me on ever in my life, bro. Which was crazy. Because, like, if you really look at what I just told you, they were pushing their records up before internet, before anybody could know anybody. You know what I'm saying? We pick up the CDs, we learn it. I start rapping off of that. Like, that was why I started rapping.
Amen.
And then I go to Houston and then run into Rashid at the first studio that I went to.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's small world stuff, man.
That's small world. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
There's so much more. There's so many more stories. And we're going to have Rashid on. I've been talking to him. Matter of fact, like I want to start calling him like every episode and just have him do like, just give a little bit of advice to somebody, that might need it. You know what I mean?
Everybody needs advice.
Because, man, there's so many things I want to know about Rashid, bro. You know what I'm saying? That we never really got to talk about. Because it's so many stories that I have, and that's not even the craziest small world story. I think the craziest small world story I have is meeting my wife, and we'll talk about that another time. But is there anything that you got, bro, that...
Man, I can't just freestyle something good like that. I have to think about it.
Man, there's so many times. Oh, I know a story with you. Tell them a story about when you came to my studio and Hard Hitter and we were mixtaping. That
was Hard Hitter. Who was that other cat that was there?
I don't know. It was one of the Coast to Coast mixtape DJs.
Yeah, but it was.
I can't remember his name.
Homie with Pitbull signed over to him. Was it?
That's Willie P.
Willie P. He was there too at that time.
Willie wasn't there. It was Hard Hitter.
I think he swung by though. Maybe he didn't, but I know what. It was Easter night.
Smooth
was there.
Smooth came by.
Yeah. And then
it was Thanksgiving.
I think it was Easter.
It was Easter?
Yeah, it was Easter.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It was Easter.
Yeah, we were hanging out there all night. And I mean all night, whenever I say all night, because the sun came up. And I'm like, hey guys, I gotta go home. It's Easter, the kids. So they sent me an Uber home because they were
Shout out to Hard Hitter because Hard Hitter funded his Uber home.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
I said, Hard Hitter, look, bro, we got to get this man home. He said, hey, I need you to stay.
Yeah.
So it's Hard Hitter always see. That's some other stories y'all don't even know.
Yeah,
we always worked on some great stuff. Hard Hitter always gave me the top dogs though. One time I was sitting there, and he's like, hey, pull up the computer over there. Okay.
Not sure.
What you want me to do, bro? He's like, pull up the computer, Tony. I'm like, all right. I'll go over there. He's like, look in the Dropbox. Look in this folder. I'm like, all right. And he said, what you see right there? I said, it says Jeremiah? He's like, yeah, fool. Y'all know Hard Hitter. You know what I'm talking about. He's like, yeah, fool. That's you. And I'm like, what? I'm going to mix this? And he was like, yeah. I was like, get out of here, bro. Man, thank you. Because Hard Hitter let me work on, I worked on tracks with Nipsey Hussle that he had. Twista, Jeremiah. Yeah, that was like my biggest accomplishment, I think, is mixing Twista. That was so cool. That was so cool, bro. We got to save some of this story, though.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Look, we could sit here for 40 hours straight.
Like the time Riff Raff came through.
Yeah, recorded Riff Raff. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I was dead asleep.
Need to save those, man.
Got to save them.
So
if y'all want to
hear about Riff Raff,
you want to hear about Riff Raff, you want to hear about
join in on the next episode.
Twista. We had some. I got some stories with Rap a Lot. Got some stories with Rashid for sure. So many crazy stories with Sheedy.
Y'all heard some of them on the first season.
Yeah. But hey, make sure y'all go check out the single that if you're into hip hop, we're not pushing nothing on you. Like I say, this is like a neutral ground. But if you listen to hip hop, there's a song that I produced for Rashid called La La La. L-A space L-A space L-A.
Real hard.
And man, the record is kind of one of those things where I made the beat in less than 15 minutes. Like, I don't know. And then I showed Sheedy and he was like, dog, I gotta have that. And I was like, man, that's you, man, whatever. Matter of fact, I just found, we were talking about Willie P. I was going through my my email, my old email. And I found a song that I never released that has Willie's verse on it. And Willie made the hook. It's called Harder for You. So we're going to have to work on that. And then, like we're doing a lot of everything. So Dylan and I are doing this electrical stuff. We're trying to get this going. We got it going. It's not, we're trying. We're trying to get it branched back over there in Tomball. But, we just like want to use this platform to have fun and, you know, give a little motivation, but
Spread a good
also
word.
just tell a cool story. You know, both of us have really interesting stories that we're able to share, and maybe you could get something out of it, you know?
That's a fact, man. You know.
Yeah.
Plus, it's always nice hearing a good story.
Yeah, we got them. We
Yeah.
got them for days.
Yeah, I think you might have some better stories than me, man.
I think I've just been through more.
I think so.
I just think that, like, whatever God had in store for me, he loaded me up.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I don't think that, because, you know, if I look back and I listen to people that were telling me, man, don't rap and blah, 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 I couldn't be here today in front of you talking about the things that I'm talking about.
Yeah. What would you have been doing?
I don't know, man.
That's a deep question there.
I think I probably would have just settled. You know, I don't know what, you know, that's something that I ask myself all the time. Like, what drives me? You know?
Taking care of people, man.
Yeah, maybe.
I see it.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah.
I got to have something to do.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like, because when I was in my single life, man, I'd go home and play video games and chill and make music. And right now, like, I feel like all we do is think about the next person to help.
Yeah, man.
Which is
Especially
cool.
on these electrical jobs when the people need it.
Yeah. People need something. You know, because, like, it's overstimulated, this phone. You know, we're going through and we're scrolling and we're seeing. There was one thing that I got locked in on Mr. Beast games one time.
Oh, yeah. I've watched
Like
this
that dude
stuff.
on the plane. You seen that one?
Can't say that.
There's
I
a dude
have.
that's got to stay, I think it was 100 days on a plane, and then he could have it.
He'd be doing the wildest shit.
Oh, no, he was like flying. He was a pilot, real pilot. And he was like, hey, of course you're going to be taking me around. And the dude would just be like, whatever. But he could not step foot off that jet. And he did it. And then the guy was like, and then he was like, hey, how about you do another 100 days and I'll give you like $5 million or something. And his wife was like, no, that was enough. Because he'd give him like choices and stuff, you know?
Nah, he does the wildest stuff, dude, especially when he's got all them people with their hands on the Lambo. Last one to take their hand off gets it.
I mean, it's bro, like, what is it like to have that kind of money where you really just...
I've seen where he had a whole
don't
parking
worry.
lot full of cars, and he just gave every one of them away.
Who was it that got drunk and was like, this is was it Aiden Ross? No, it was Steve Will Do It, I think.
Oh, that dude's wild.
He's wild as hell. He lined up like...
He's always giving people cars.
Dude, no, he
and
lined
jewelry.
up like $5 million worth of cars. And he did the hood hop.
What?
You know where you like run on top of the hoods?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was like, this is a rich man's hood hop.
He just ran over
And he
them
just
all.
ran. Yeah, I think he was drunk. Because, you know, they be drinking, him and Dana White, they'll be getting in the casino and spending millions. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, like I said, I've seen that Steve guy. He like gives 6ix9ine jewelry and a car.
Yeah. Well, see, it's
Okay.
it's friends giving other friends. It's not even friends.
It's the
They're
rich
doing
paying
it-
the rich.
Well, they're doing that, yeah, so they don't have to pay taxes.
He's like, look, man, I know it's a $200,000 watch, but it's yours.
I don't think that should be possible. I think, like, you know, as you get money, I mean, like, bro, they're literally in the casino just blowing their money because they got so much. And look, I had to realize this recently. This goes on along with our podcast. Like, you get to a point where you could help people out, right? But there is going too far, I think. Like doing too much, you know, and like once you realize that, because like you've seen me really struggle with that, right?
Yeah.
I want to help everybody, but in doing so, sometimes when you help somebody, you're enabling them
Mm-hmm.
to continue to like do something that's maybe not right.
It's a fine line. You got to be able to notice the difference,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Because, I mean, you might want to help somebody, but that somebody might not know how to handle the help.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Misuse it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's just a process, right?
Yeah.
Like what we're doing and what we're building is a process.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 5 years. This is my 5th year in business.
You know what they say?
Hey, we got
didn't
pat
build
on your pat yourself on the back, man. We made it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I can only say I've been here for a little while. That's all you, dog.
Well,
I'm just coattailing, getting in on the end of it to kind of help build now.
yeah, but we're building. And,
Yeah.
and you know, like everything happens in due time and the time that it's supposed to happen. You know, because like it's very hard to like make you a plan. And see, this is what we're gonna leave with, okay? So like being successful isn't making a plan and sticking to it.
Got to be able to adapt.
It's making a plan that's universal, like overall good, right? So, like for instance, my plan was to create a company and just do good, you know, in the community. Like not do good for myself, do good in the community. Like, you know, help people out. Don't be that, oh man, I'm, you know, big and bad, blah, blah, blah. And so, it's real easy to like get away, like, you know what I'm saying? Like go a different route. But when you're trying to be successful, you want to go different routes. You want to try this and see how that works. And if that doesn't work, don't keep doing that. Like this year, I was spending $5,000 a month on advertisement. Okay. And then when I realized that it did not make me any more money, they kept wanting me to do it. They kept pushing me. Hey, no, just give it a little more time. And my gut, right here, the Holy Spirit was like, no, stop.
Yeah, we're just going to try this different. It was
about to run my business in the ground if I'd have kept listening to people. You know, you got to listen to this, the gut. You know, that part in your body that's like, this is wrong.
That voice in the back of your head, man.
Yeah.
You got to stay tapped in with that.
Tap in with that. You know, if I could give any advice, that's what it would be. Yeah. Listen to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Because you know it's right.
Because if you know right from wrong. Now, if you one of them things that you think it's right to go steal from people and take their shit, you're wrong.
No, those people, I think deep down in the back of their mind, that little voice is telling them this is wrong.
I wish we could really know.
But they put a front on.
Yeah, I wish we could really know.
You know what I mean?
I do think you could get to a point where you're totally disconnected. You know, like you might go through so much trauma that you just like quit caring. Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is. Like, if you quit caring about yourself, you know, like
that's the first step to lose.
That's the first step, I think, to lose everything. Because like caring about, you can not care about yourself and care about people around you, you know, but.
Because even if you're the one helping people, if you don't care for yourself and take care of yourself.
I always say this, Dylan, if you're not happy, you can't make nobody happy.
It's true. Very true.
You know, like,
it's
super easy to like, but it's so easy to get negative.
Well,
you know, like in the work world that we're in, you know how we used to go to like jobs and youngins might not know about this. Like y'all comment and let us know if this is real or not. But like you go to the job and they're like, oh man, just another day in paradise, you know, and it's like negative though. It's like they hate coming to work.
Another day, another dollar, and then someone's like, maybe a nickel.
Yeah. But it's just a negative. You know, people get negative because it's easy. I've learned, like, I've kind of put this to the test. It's like real easy to be like, man, yeah, today sucks. You know, like, man, they didn't even get that right or blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But, you know, finding the positive things is like the way. Because it's a snowball effect as well. You know, once you got the positive vibes and you got positive, that's why it's so important to find people around you that are like, of like minds.
Yeah.
Right. Like it
yeah.
Like if somebody around you, like if I say, man, look how blue the sky is today, you're like, man, it's too bright, bro. I don't even want to go outside. Okay.
Opposites.
Like, bro. No, look how beautiful it is.
Where's the middle ground here? What if there was no sky?
Right. Yeah. You got to look at, you know, something good. Like if I could challenge anybody to do anything today, it'd be, what happened to you today that was great? Mm-hmm. You know, just one thing.
Focus on the good stuff. Well, you know, that's like the thing. You know, you could have 1,000 attaboys, or good jobs,
Yeah.
compliments, and then you do one bad thing. Nobody's going to remember all that good stuff. They're just going to remember that bad stuff. That's what sticks.
Isn't that stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's so stupid.
I mean, there's levels to it.
Let's start a trend then, man. Hey, look, when you see us, tell me something good. You know what I mean? Tell me something good in your life.
No news unless it's
good news. Yeah. Yeah. No news, but good news, gang.
That's right.
Starting it.
Yep. Good news gang.
Good news gang. All right. Well, I think this was a great podcast. And,
you got something about the raffle tickets too.
So we told y'all about the raffle in the last episode. We have not really promoted this yet, but I will be getting the raffle tickets very soon. We're going to stretch this out to a quarterly thing. So once a quarter, we're going to raffle off a generator. This generator that we're raffling off this quarter is going to be a 5500 dual fuel Duramax portable generator. It can run most of your household appliances.
All campers darn near.
Yeah, all the campers you can think of. Probably not maybe your 50 amps, but your 30 amps, definitely. It can run very well.
Yeah. And it's not enough to power the whole house, but, if you got certain things that you need to keep when the power is out, it'll do it for you.
Right. Food trucks, these are good for those.
Yep.
But we do have some quiet generators if you're interested, if you don't want a louder one. So I think the next one we're going to do next quarter, if this goes really well, we're going to do a 7,000 IH, which is the inverter. It's going to be really quiet, and this will run any food truck you want to do. And this will run a small AC unit in a house, maybe, 12 to 1,500 square foot home. So, these are great generators. They come from California.
A conversation near them too, because they're that quiet.
Yeah, you really can. And these come out of California, so they're Duramax, 5-year warranty, 100% copper windings. We only try to deal with the best equipment that we can find. So again, look out for the raffle. You can contact us if you can't get a hold of me in any other of the platforms. Reach out to me, info@homeelectric.us. That's info@homeelectric.us.
That's the @sign.
@homeelectric, like you see in the logo on the screen. And then visit our website. You can see our deals. Go to the generator store. We always have a sale on generators. We do not post any generators that are not on sale. Okay? So when you go to our website, you will be getting a deal. And the deal is real.
The deal is real.
It's real. It's whatever it says.
Done deal.
Done deal. And, hey, sometimes if you might reach out to us, tell us you bought a generator.
Yeah.
Might throw in something for free, never know.
Yeah, I'll put in a couple tickets for you if you did.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Reach out.
Hey, matter of fact, if y'all want a free ticket, go to Facebook. We're going to post a link to this @everyone, @highlight.
Yep.
Go to the video, comment. We're going to take, for real, physical $10 and put it in for you so that you have a chance to win this generator. This is for a good cause. We're raising money to help the people in need. Storm damage is a real thing around here. So a lot of times, tree limb falls on a service, tears it off the house.
Falls on your granny's house, and she ain't got the money.
She's on a fixed income. They got Social Security. They retired at a different time. So, we really try to, we do help those people in the community, even if it comes out of my pocket. I've done it several times. So not a big deal. But anyways, we'll leave you guys with that. Make sure y'all go like and follow everything. Real Camp Talk, Instagram, Real Camp Talk on YouTube, Facebook, all of the above. We do have a TikTok as well. So like I say, if you comment and @highlight on Facebook, and then you can go to all of our platforms and like us, but really we need that @highlight on Facebook, and then we need the YouTube, subscribe and comment. And we will enter you in to win the generator. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this has been a learning experience as well as a good storytelling moment. We've got so many more stories. Dylan and I have got some more stories. So, this is just the beginning.
Oh, we forgot to tell them about our special guest. Or did we tell them about that earlier?
Yeah, special guest. We had Cap.
Oh, yeah, that's Cap. That's right.
Cap.
Y'all say bye to Cap.
Say bye to Cap. We're going to be filling Cap in with a real guest sometime soon. If you're interested in joining and coming and sharing a story, if it's motivational or if it's just You know, we want something crazy. We want something off the wall that might be life changing.
Even just a third opinion on our conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can phone in. We have Skype, Google Meets, Microsoft Teams, whatever y'all want to do. We can put you in on this screen right here and a little bubble up there and make it work. So feel
Appreciate
free.
you guys.
Yep. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And sayonara.
Adios.
Adios. See y'all later.